Hello, I'm Rich Erb, Managing Director at Robotics Trends. I'm very pleased to have with me the President of VEX Robotics, Paul Copioli.
Nice to be here, Rich. Thanks for having me.
Paul, we're thrilled to be working with VEX Robotics as a leading sponsor of robo-business. I know today you mentioned you're known as the education guy in this community. Talk to me a little bit about that. What does that mean?
Well, sure. VEX Robotics is an educational robotics platform. We're trying to get to the future workforce that's going to drive the robotics industry, basically the tech industry in general, all the way from the guys who develop Apple-type products, all the way to the researchers, people doing ammunitions robots and autonomous robotic vehicles all across the gamut. I mean, it needs a talented workforce, an educated workforce, a workforce that's not afraid to innovate, get their hands dirty. That's what VEX Robotics is all about, getting kids interested and excited about technology and getting their hands dirty, building robots to, play games, basically.
Awesome. Paul, tell me a little bit about, VEX is on this amazing growth path, adoption of your product and competition, 6,000 sponsored teams worldwide. Do you see the growth continuing, and is it, where are we going? You're seeing it firsthand play out.
Well, sure, I'm sure it's going to slow down eventually. I mean, because when you're sitting at 1,000 or 2,000 teams, when you get growth of 1 or 2,000, you're doubling, right? But we see the growth rate will start to get constant. We expect, maybe 1,000 or 1,500 teams per year. So, as we get to the 6 and 7 and 8,000, it's become less and less percent, but it will be the same amount of adopters, and really that's normal and expected. But we don't see that rate to change anytime soon. We see that an adoption rate of 1,500 teams per year could last for another 10 years. I mean, we're barely penetrating the school districts in the U.S. Forget about the world. I mean, we're literally all educational robotics combined is in less than 10% of all schools. So we got a long way to go.
Well, it's exciting having you here. I know you primarily focused on education events, but to have you connected here with I'd call the service robotics industry as a whole, kind of give me a few of your thoughts on the robo business today and some of the types of people you've met.
Yeah, sure. And all kinds of interesting people. The guys from iRobot, guys from Adapt, who I used to compete against when I was at FANUC. These guys have interesting ideas. There's a lot of cutting edge ideas, a lot of startup companies here also that are trying to make their way and find new uses for robotics. And I'm excited for them because I know that I'm doing my part on my end to get them a future workforce that can actually innovate the way that's going to be needed for these companies.
Well, thank you very much again for VEX's endorsement and sponsorship of the program. We really enjoy the relationship and hopefully look forward to working with you on more events down the line.
Yeah, our pleasure. We're happy to be here.